Transversals. Okay, and you need to write this right under where yes. Put in quotation marks somewhere. Don't write it super big, but write it nice and okay. This little word right here, quotation marks. If two parallel lines are cut by a transversal. Millions and upon millions of children have said that phrase many times. You now will join the ranks of those millions and millions of people. If two parallel lines are cut by a transversal, and you have an example there on your paper of that. Okay, first of all, you've got two parallel lines that look like this. They were labeled what, P and Q? Is that correct? Top one P, bottom one Q? Top one P, bottom one Q. My parallel lines aren't as parallel as I would like. And they are cut by transversal. The transversal is that line that slices through them. What was it, K? T, as I was saying, they're cut by transversal T. Okay? They are cut by transversal T. They're numbered as such. Let me see somebody's. What's it going? I don't have them here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Before we go on any farther with that, we have to do a whole bunch of defining things here. A whole bunch of different types of things we got to talk about. The first one is corresponding angles. I don't have enough room. What can I do? Let's shrink it all up again. You've got room because I gave you. Definition number 1. What is a corresponding angle? Okay, corresponding angles would be, think about it like this. If you picked up one intersection and put it over the other intersection, comma, the corresponding angles are on top of each other. A lot of words for something that's very easy. Corresponding angles. I'll let you write that and then you'll say it. If you picked up one intersection, pulled it off the paper, set it back top of the other intersection, the corresponding angles are the ones that are on top of each other. In other words, angle 5, if I pull this up, ripped it up, set it over top of this one, corresponds to what? If I pulled it up, set it back down on top, what angle would it fall on top of? You're not twisting it or turning it, you're pulling it straight out, putting it straight back down. It is, Alex, angle 1. Angle 1 corresponds to angle 1. Or angle 5 corresponds to angle 1. Angle 6 corresponds to angle 6 corresponds to, Holly? Angle 2, and so on and so on. Does anybody have a problem with that? Ava? Okay. Now, why do we say that? Because if two parallel lines are cut by a transversal, corresponding angles are, guess what they'll be? What do you think about 5 and 1? They are going to be equal. Okay, corresponding angles are equal. In other words, angle 7 will be the same degrees as angle 8. Whatever this was. Oh, 7 will be the same as 3. 8 will be the same as 4. 6 will be 2. 5 will be 1. How about that? Any problem with that? Corresponding angles are equal. Welcome to the world of geometry. Now we need to define this. What would be interior angles? Those would be the angles that are inside the parallel lines. In other words, right here. Here are the parallel lines. Inside, it's a little dark for my light. Can I go lighter? Is there a light and darkness setting on this? Sure there is. Where is it? No. This it? No.
Go into the colors and see if we can find it.
Could you make it a lighter shade? No!
It's just lost.
Did I just get rid of it? Wait a second. Just kidding. Sorry, kids. What's this called?
No,
Vimeo
bro.
or something.
Vimeo.
Vimeo.
What's there? Shut it down.
Oh, it's because this thing here. Perfect. I just want that thing there. Okay. I'm gonna try to get a lighter shade.
You can make your
I thought you could. Can't you
We
make
can
this
make your
lighter?
own color and make it lighter.
Anyway. Yeah, there we go. In the purple, those would be all the interior angles. Okay? Angle 3, angle 4, angle 5, and angle 6 are interior angles. And if we have interior angles, guess what? We have exterior angles. And guess what exterior angles are? They are the ones that are outside the parallel lines. And that means right here, outside of this, outside the parallel lines. So this here and here are outside the parallel lines, which would be what? What angles? 1, 2, 7, and 8. Angle 1, angle 2, angle 7, angle 8. Those are the ones that are outside the parallel lines. So far, so good?
Yeah.
Because we're not quite done yet. Because we have what are called alternate interior angles and alternate exterior angles. Alternate interior angles and alternate exterior angles. What in the wide world are those? Does anybody know what it means to alternate? Ava says,
To replace if something can't be there.
yeah, not exactly though. Yeah, because you're thinking of spelling bee alternate, but that's not kind of, you know, if you alternate between going to bed at 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock, what does that mean? Nate? You switch, you kind of, Ashley?
It's like change out.
Change out, you kind of flip-flop. In other words, this. Here's how that works. Alternate interior angles would mean this. Angle 6 is an alternate interior angle with angle 3, because angle 6 is on this side of the line over here, and you flip to the opposite side of the line over there. Okay? Angle 6 and angle 3 are alternate interior angles, as are angle 5 and angle 4. They're alternate interior angles. Just like alternate exterior angles would be the same thing. Okay, 6 would be an alternate exterior angle with angle 1. Because 8 is on this side of the transversal over here, you flop to the other side over there. Angle 1 and angle 6 are alternate exterior angles, as are angle 7 and angle 2. I didn't make these phrases up, I just have to go by what those people say. Alex? Did I? Wait. What? Did I say? Wait, where did I put it? Oh, on your paper it's different than what I have up here? Wait, which one? Tell me, up here?
No, one, it's supposed to be 1-8.
Right here?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, 1 and 8. Sorry. It's because my 8 looks like a 6. Now, guess what you know about alternate exterior and alternate interior angles? Here's a given there. They will be, if you look at angle 8 and angle 1, guess what? They are, no, they're equal. So that's your next thing to write down. Alternate exterior and alternate interior angles are equal. That's a big one. Alternate exterior angles and alternate interior angles are equal. And most of this, when you look at it, it's going to be common sense, but you got to get used to the jargon of the geometric type people there. Okay? And again, you must start this by saying if two parallel lines are cut by a transversal. Okay? Because it doesn't work if these lines aren't parallel. You know, if one's going off on one angle and one's going off on the other angle, none of this is true. It has to be two parallel lines cut by a transversal. So here we go. Flip that piece of paper I gave you around to the back side so you can draw this. Draw with me two parallel lines as best you can. Here's my two parallel lines. And this time I'm going to cut it with the transversal going the other way. Here's my transversal going this way. Okay. Let's label them like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And if I give you just one of those angles, if I tell you that this is 55 degrees, you will be able to give me every other angle on those two lines because of what we just talked about. Okay, so I know angle 6 is 55 degrees. Why? What did I tell you that was before? It's a given. I told you that. The book will tell you. So, can anybody tell me the degrees of any other angle and why? You have to be able to tell me why. You can't just say, well, this angle is that. And you can use any of the stuff that we talked about there. Sam Poppin says
3 is 55 degrees.
Angle 3 is 55 degrees. Sam, why?
Because it's an alternate interior angle.
Exactly. Alternate interior angles are equal. This one and its alternate interior angle is 55 degrees. Somebody give me another one. Okay, who just walked in.
7 is 55 degrees.
Angle 7 is 55 degrees. Why, sir?
Alternate exterior.
No, because 7 is an alternate exterior angle because exterior angles fall outside the parallel lines. The alternate exterior of 7 is actually angle number 2. But you could get there eventually, but we talked about it. You weren't here when we talked about it. Let's do angle 7. How do you know what 7 is? It is 55 degrees for what reason, Bailey?
On the opposite angle.
Okay, because we talked about before, if you have two lines that are intersect, opposite or vertical angles are equal. Another angle, Holly,
Angle 2,
is
55,
55 degrees. Why?
because it's opposite.
Okay, opposite or vertical angles. Vertical the number. So I know this is 55 degrees. Well, we got about 55 degrees up here. Sam Pubbin?
8 is 55 degrees.
8 is 55 degrees.
Wait, I'm not wait. Never mind. Wait, was not.
8 is how many degrees? Ashley?
125,
Why is 8 125 degrees?
because it has to be 180 degrees.
What do we call that? Supplementary
Supplementary,
angles.
yeah.
These two adjacent angles are supplementary. That means this has to be 125 degrees. Now, here's where you can start giving a bunch of different answers. Angle 1 has to also be 125 degrees for what reason? There's two you can give. One of them because of, Emma Kunacek,
It's an opposite of these. There's opposite.
it is an alternate exterior angle. Okay, it flip-flops from this side to that side. It's alternate exterior, or you could also say it's 125 because of what? Also because it is, Alex,
1 and 2 are adjacent.
adjacent angles are supplementary. Yeah, okay. Angle 4 is what? Angle 4 is, Phil, how big is angle 4?
125 degrees.
You could give me about 8 different reasons why it is, but give me just one.
Alternate interior. Well,
No, because this is this other alternate interior angle, we don't know it.
because it's supplementary.
Yeah, because adjacent angles are supplementary. What other one haven't we talked about yet? Another reason why this is 125 degrees. Alex?
Because it's opposite angles of 1.
Okay, opposite angles. Another reason why it's 125 degrees. We talked about it. We started off the whole thing with it and we haven't gone back to it yet. If you pull this up, set it back down on top over here, what's that called? Sam? Right, because angle 8 and angle 4 are corresponding angles, we know corresponding angles are equal, so you know that that has to be 125 degrees. And finally, number 5 is 125 degrees because of, again, 3 different reasons. Nate?
Corresponding angles.
Corresponding angles, or what other reason? Gabe? Alternate interior angles, or Nicole?
Opposite angles?
Opposite angles, or Allison? Yeah, adjacent angles. And you can, there's just a whole bunch of different reasons you can give, but in geometry, you need to prove those sort of things.